want to talk a little bit about group culture, specifically around capacity. Like we have our generalized features of our group culture, like is it friendly? Do we sing? But we also have a specific group culture about capacity in every group. One element of this is how do we say yes, no, or maybe to each other and to outside partners? Like, do we avoid saying no? A lot of people in this culture do. Do random people in our group say yes without asking everybody else? Do we forget to take time to make the decision together? Or are there some people in this group who kind of have an automatic no setting, which can be just something we live with inside, and other people have an automatic yes, and those people are like coming to conflict, and how do we get to a place where we can make the decision in a principled way that's based in like a sober assessment of our capacity instead of people's autopilots? There is a culture usually around how we communicate when something changes and we can't agree to do what we said we would do. Like, do we tell people we're not showing up or do we just not show up? Both individually, if I said I would do a task after the meeting, or also like as a group, like we said we would table, but we're not there. What's the culture of accountability when plans do need to change? How do we communicate with each other when someone isn't doing what we think they agreed to? So if at the end of the meeting, Hope said that they would take something on and I noticed they never did it and it's not in the Google Doc, or they didn't write the email to the group, or they didn't deliver the supplies. Do I say, oh, hey, Hope, I thought you were doing this? Or do I just like think bad things about them? Or do I go and do it for them? Like each of those things there'll probably be cultural norms about in your group. How do we create a culture where we value people for being and not doing? So like, how do we both get psyched to get the work done and also not have it be like, well, Hope or Dean or whoever is the most important person in this group because they get the most volume done? That can be really ableist. It can be really dehumanizing. It's based in like capitalist and white supremacist norms about productivity. So how do we say that everyone here is really important for existing and also like we want to get this work done together? How do we create a culture where we do what we said we'd do, or if we can't do it, we make sure to people are informed, so that it's not like, how do we not be flaky even while valuing people not just for productivity? How do we celebrate and experience satisfaction? I think it's Adrienne Marie Brown who I've heard talk so beautifully about the dilemma of when we are unsatisfiable. Like, I feel like I've really struggled to let myself feel satisfaction about any of my work in our movements or at all, because of course there's always more to do. I could have done it better. There's all the things on my to-do list I haven't done. There's all the terrible things that are happening in the world, and all the people I know are suffering and are not getting support. So how can I feel any satisfaction or celebrate anything? And when we don't let ourselves ever feel satisfaction for our imperfect work and our unfinished work, we are likely to burn out and to resent each other and the work. So figuring out like, how do we create a group culture that lets some satisfaction happen together as a collective experience and maybe helps us all learn the ability to feel some satisfaction and celebration, even for unfinished and imperfect work? And how do we communicate to each other when we want more support in our work? Like, have we made a culture in which I can say, I said I would work on this spreadsheet, but I'm actually realizing I don't totally know how to work this computer program, or I don't understand where this information came from, or I actually think this is a two-person job, and I can say that in the group. Like, how do we create a culture where that's totally fine?